In Matthew 5:21-22, it says, "You have heard that our ancestors were told, 'You must not murder. If you commit murder, you are subject to judgment.' But I say, if you are even angry with someone, you are subject to judgment. If you call someone an idiot, you're in danger of being brought before the court. And if you curse someone, you're in danger of the fires of hell." In my own personal life, I've struggled with anger probably for its entirety. I grew up in a Hispanic household where yelling and being aggressive was something that was just labeled as passionate and kind of accepted as okay. And as I got older and I started to bring that toxicity into my own personal relationships, whether it be romantic or platonic or familiar relationships, I realized that if I wanted to keep any of those relationships and have them be meaningful, I couldn't really continue to act in that way. I don't think that they deserved that sort of treatment from me. And I also had to deal with kind of harboring that sort of bitterness. And what Jesus is saying here in the scripture is anger as severe as murder? Probably not, but it still can be damaging to you and to your relationships. It can be the way that you can utilize words to hurt someone can permanently damage that relationship. And so Jesus teaches that harboring anger towards others is a serious issue. And Jesus is teaching that God's law goes beyond external actions and places emphasis on the posture of your heart. And so one of the things that I've learned to try and start controlling my anger, although I think it's a practice that I'll be working with for the rest of my life, is learning when to shut my mouth. And although that seems very simple, it is very much easier said than done. And so I feel that I've begun to realize when I'm starting to get angry, maybe my blood pressure's getting up, maybe I'm getting a little too excited, and I feel convicted to remove myself from that conversation. And I think that's something that God has kind of taught me. So sometimes I'll go into a different room and I'll pray and kind of ask God, who does He want me to reflect in the situation? And the answer is always Jesus. And so I think that it's a really good practice to remember that it's okay to put space between you and another person and allow Jesus and His mercy and His grace to fill that space. My name is Celeste, and this is my short sermon.